started.
That's really what I was hoping for.
You gonna be a daddy? Huh? The best welder helper anybody could ask for.
I don't want to be crossing this with a buggy, hoping for the best.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to Cajun Country Livin'.
Well, today, everybody, we find ourselves back here in the great and wonderful Cajun Country Scrapyard, where we're going to be relentlessly digging through this pile of just gold. I'm telling you, solid junk iron, good iron, medium iron, bad iron, maybe somebody else's iron, but it shouldn't be back here if they didn't want us to use it. We're going to be gathering up everything that we need to build this bridge for our gully, creek, drainage ditch, whatever kind of crossing you want to call it. But we're in the bridge building business as of right now o'clock.
I think that we need to start calling it the Hootis Highway. One of y'all commented that on the last video, and I thought that is actually perfect. The Hootis Highway.
That is awesome. You should get us a sign that says Hootis Highway.
I'm already 10 steps ahead of you. It'll be here on Sunday. So we did have a lot of y'all comment saying different ways that we could be building this bridge, and one that I particularly liked was that we could find an old flatbed of a truck that wasn't being used anymore and use that. But sadly, in the Cajun Country Scrapyard, we don't have any of that flatbed truck material here, so I'll have to make do some other way.
I wonder if we had some company come by that had a flatbed truck. I wonder if they'd notice if their bed wasn't on their truck when they left.
I bet that their gas mileage would be a lot better.
Now, in all honesty, we have a lot of stuff to choose from back here when it comes to picking the material to build this bridge. But I think what we're going to settle in on is this pipe right here. This is 2 3/8. It's kind of a small pipe. It's some of the smaller pipe that we have back here, and I was kind of reluctant to use it at first because I feel like there's going to be a fair amount of swaying in the middle of it, kind of that bouncy effect that I didn't really want. But then I got to thinking about it. We're gonna have to come in and put side rails on this thing for safety anyway. So if we do get it back there and the weight of the buggy and the boats going across it gives us that spring action, we'll just come back in and add some kind of suspension off of those side rails to take that out.
We don't like to waste any of this pipe, and we like to keep everything as long as possible. So a lot of times when we come back here, we really try to use up anything that we possibly can before starting in on a new piece. So for example, this piece right here, we'll absolutely be able to get 8 foot out of this, and we'll probably have to pull another 1 or 2, but overall we're looking for more pieces or scraps than full length. We like to keep those full length too because we don't know what projects we have in the future, and we might wish that there's that full length back there one day.
I want you to be a sweet puppy and don't chew up extension cords, all right? Got you? Good, go team.
It ain't bad.
That's good. We already have 1 short piece of this pipe, this particular size, up at the shop. So I'm pretty sure between these 2 little scrap pieces we're gonna get, that's gonna give us the outside perimeter. We're gonna be able to get all 4 8-foot outside pieces.
We typically would have just brought the tractor back here and picked these up and loaded it up on the forks, but over the last few days we got a lot of rain, so we're really trying not to rut this area up. So if there's anything that we can just do with the chain and the buggy, that's the reason that we're doing it instead of using the tractor right now.
Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street. Mary Jane, good cocaine.
All right, this is what we call sledding in the South. So 2 pieces of pipe, hook it to the chain, to the buggy. Why'd you turn it off?
I've got to get 911 on speed dial real quick. Hold on.
Oh, it's gotta work.
Baby, come on. Tell me where you wanna go. But baby, I don't work down there anymore. No, I don't. I get back, get on track, jump on, ride this thing. Double down, roll the dice, take off now, don't think twice. Hey, don't you wanna play? Say hey.
Well, come on, I did better than you thought it was gonna be, huh?
Yeah, I really thought you was going to be way muddier than you are right now. That's really what I was hoping for.
So like we told y'all, we're out at the shop today tackling this new project. A bridge that crosses this little gully, or the Hootis Highway. But there's a catch. There's no power actually out here to work on this metal. And that's where the Anker SOLIX C1000 steps in. This is the SOLIX C1000, our off-grid powerhouse. Lightweight at just 12 kilos with a whopping 1,056 watt-hours capacity. It's got 11 ports including AC outlets, USB-C, and even a car socket. Perfect for everything we have planned. So let's see how this holds up to some heavy-duty fabrication. This saw pulls a lot of power, but the SOLIX doesn't even flinch. And that's lucky for us because we have a lot of cuts to make today. This has a steady 1800 watt output with a 2400 watt surge. That's a rock solid performance for demanding tools. It's easy to track exactly what you're using thanks to the clear digital screen display as well. And when you're in a rush, this thing charges up fast. It can go from empty to full charged in under 1 hour, 40% faster than your average power station. Okay, now back to this bridge work. We have a lot more to do. So like I was saying, with 11 ports, I've got enough outlets to keep everything running. The grinder, lights, even a fan. Whenever it gets back to being hot outside, this will be perfect. And we're still not even close to draining this battery. Off-grid projects don't have to slow you down, y'all. Whether you're building bridges or just setting up a camp, the SOLIX C1000 has you covered. Reliable, portable, and packed with power. It makes all of the difference. So if you're ready to take control of your power needs, check out the Anker SOLIX C1000. Links in the description and click there to learn more. Nobody's gonna recognize you in your pants and green jacket and no Crocs.
Outside of uniform. Kind of added my character, you know?
I think it kind of looks good.
This cool weather's got me out of character.
We're cutting both these sides on a 45. So on this end, I've been holding this level, and what I'm doing is I'm buttoning it up right against the end, and I've been trying to keep this pipe where it's not rotating too much and keeping the bubble in the center on this top one. That's gonna keep all of our 45s on the same, what'd you call that?
Plane.
Plane, on the same plane.
Yeah, 45 is not going to do us any good if they're all looking different directions, you know?
That's what I was thinking. Cheese. Y'all, Dottie has been pregnant, it seems like, the whole entire time that we've had her. And she has looked like she is fixing to pop for the past... Hey! Quit that. That's the microphone. Anyway, she looks like she's going to pop and has looked like she's going to pop for the past, oh, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, I know goats look pregnant forever. But y'all, I'm telling you, she's just been, I think, just waiting it out. Jet, you gonna be a daddy? Huh? You gonna be a daddy? All right, well, I guess we're gonna wait another day. I feel like, y'all, we've been waiting so stinking long for these babies, but, and I think that she has, I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3. We'll ask Jim how many babies he thinks that she's gonna have. How many babies do you think Dottie is gonna have?
My prediction is 2, because she's a little bigger than 1, but not quite as big as 3. Right in the middle of that would be 2, if my math is correct. So I'm gonna be betting on 2 kids. 2 little goats.
2 boys, probably our luck.
Probably. That's probably 1,000,000% our luck. Well, we're out here again today working on our overwater buggy relocation, Hootis. And yesterday when we left ourselves in a pretty good situation. We got all 4 of the outside pieces of pipe cut and beveled. Our jack stands are somewhat leveled. Now we just need to start cleaning up and getting this stuff ready to glue together.
The only thing that I think we really didn't think of was we're both extremely tall people, and why didn't we bring these up any higher?
Hey, we can't think of everything.
I'm serious, we're gonna be corrected. I'm gonna be.
But that's comfortable. You know, you gotta have that lane. Be a good welder, you gotta have that lane. You know what I mean? Dime stackers, nickel stackers. Sometimes it's pebble stackers. Just depends on how good or how bad you are.
Well, today, starting out, we are gonna be putting these pieces together. Jim's gonna be doing all the fitting, and I'm gonna be doing all the welding. So
So we're pretty sure it's gonna fit. We're not sure it's gonna stay together is what she said.
Take that back.
So it should really be pretty straightforward getting this together if we've done our due diligence. But we do have to grind a little bit, get a little bit of a bevel on here. That way we can get good spacing because we want to make sure that we get really good penetration. Really good penetration is important. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not. But at any rate, we gotta get it cleaned up so we can get it fit, squared, and ready for
me. If y'all noticed yesterday, we were using this little pin, set the brand Ox. And this is really cool. One of our subscribers sent this to us and we put white in the tip of it, but you can change this out to white, red, yellow,
blue, green, and actual pencil lead.
So thank you for sending this to us. It says it's tough carbon marking pencil, and we definitely needed this. We can never find our little tiny pieces of soapstone that have cracked and broke, and all we have left is about this much, so y'all must have been tired of seeing us use them, but this is definitely a lifesaver. If you do any work like this, definitely invest in one of these. Now nobody's really gonna know who you are because you're wearing safety glasses.
Now look.
Man, 2025 has changed you.
I have been accused of being anti-PPE. But that is the farthest thing from the truth. I actually am quite a fan of PPE. I just feel like the risk has to be justified. You know what I mean? If there's a justified risk, I'm all about it. Metal shavings, naked eyes, that's a risk. That's a risk I'm not willing to take. Safety Jimbo, you heard it from me first.
I'd prefer a little beveled edge on there, if you don't mind.
Prima donna welders. Would you like a nickel landing? Is that what you'd like?
Absolutely. Hey, you know why you married a welder, right?
Comes in handy.
Because they really know how to spark a connection.
Oh my God.
What do you call a welding accident? A hot mess.
Oh my God. I don't even want to know where you got these from.
They're right here in this noodle. Right here. Why don't welders ever DJ? They always drop the arc.
Okay. You're reaching way down in the bucket now.
Don't it just irritate you whenever you put your ponytail right where your hood's supposed to go?
Never bothers me.
So stinking fancy. You know what? I'm the best welder helper anybody could ask for.
Especially on site. You know what I mean?
What?
I'm probably the best one out of anybody here today.
You're the only one with opposable thumbs.
Well, that is just about perfect.
Are you wiggling that thing?
Yeah. Well, when you're squaring something like pipe and you're welding it, when you weld on the inside, as that weld cools, it's going to make it contract and pull in. So if I have it perfect, and then you put a tack on the inside of it, as that tack cools, it's going to pull that in. It's going to bow it in, draw it up, and then it's going to be out of square. So you have to leave just a, I'm talking about just a little, not even a 30-second, just a whisper.
Literally wiggle room.
And when it draws up, it should be perfect. We got everything tacked up. Now Lydia's getting it all welded in place. But I was going to touch on this. You've seen that we put a tack on the outside and the inside of this before we started welding it out. And the only reason that is to maintain our square. So if you got a tack on the outside and the inside, the legs of the square won't be opening and closing. It's locked in place. And apparently the way I got the machine set up is not up to my welder's standards, so at least she's not yelling at me, you know what I mean?
Wow, that seemed like it took 2 hours.
It takes a long time. You know, you have this false perception in your mind like you're going to jump out here and throw this stuff together, and reality, it just takes time. Unless you're just going to throw things together and hope for the best. And I don't want to be crossing this with a buggy hoping for the best. I want to be feeling good and secure whenever we cross over this thing.
And with that being said, that means that it's time to start installing the center pipe.
So what we have is a box right now, in all essence. So what we want to do is put a pipe in the center of this thing to give it center support. That way when we lay our grading or whatever it is we use across it to be able to drive across, the center supported and the material's not wanting to bag down in the middle.
And honestly, that shouldn't be an issue right off the bat, but this thing could potentially be here for the next...
Hopefully till I'm dead and gone. I don't want to build another one.
Me too.
Now we're going to lay this piece of pipe out and cut it where it fits real tight right here in the middle. But we're going to cut it out with a torch where it'll saddle onto this pipe. So we have a circumferential weld. That's going to allow us to have a tight fit all the way around this pipe. That way it'll keep it from doing this and do it this. It's going to be stiff. It'll be tight. We're going to make it work.